On today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Mattel Batman Classic TV series, The Riddler. Holy smokes, skywriting. Robin. Just nonsense coming out of his mouth. This is intended for an adult collector. The Riddler comes with a collector card and display stand. Frank Gorshin, immortalized as the Riddler. On the back of the package. An animated reimagining of Riddler there. A little more zany, although Frank Gorshin was pretty zany as well. Said the Riddler, you fiend. The confounding clever criminal known as the Riddler is Batman and Robin's trickiest villain. Sending enigmatic clues to the dynamic duo, the Riddler subsequently leads them to an inevitable trap, but never fear, the Batman always outwits the mysterious madman. Spot has to actually pat himself on the shoulder for reading that and not botching that read-up. Anyways, same bat time, same bat channel, featuring other characters, the Batman, Joker, Penguin, Catwoman, and Surf's Up Batman. Spot's going to take himself a bit of a break, going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we are going to get a better look at the Riddler. There's definitely more to come. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. For starters, you'll get yourself a display base. Oh, there goes the Riddler. For starters, you'll get yourself a display base that says Kapow. This one's purple. It's nice, like a dark red featured on the front there. It's not as stand out as, say, for example, if I reach off camera and I pull out Penguin's display base. This stands out, I think, a little bit better than this one, but I still like the contrast and the fact that each base has a very distinct word and color scheme. So I like that. Riddler also comes with, unfortunately, a really nice display card of Riddler. Unfortunately, though, you can't have it going the regular way. Once again, Mattel, not really planned this out, the display base does not actually cut off, as Spot drops the card, it does not actually cut off on either end. So unfortunately, you're not going to be able to have Riddler's card facing the right way. It's going to have to sit sideways. Spot reaches off onto the floor and picks up the card. There we go. On the underside of the, or on the back side of the card, you get yourself a piece of the Batcave. Once again, I guess this would go this way, but still, like, you're gonna have these. Spot's already beating a dead horse. You're gonna have all these big gaps between the cards. Bit of a shame. I would have loved, if anything, to have it this way, but apparently Mattel and the Riddler had alternate plans for me. The stand has one singular peg. Riddler has two peg holes. And I would say Riddler, oh wait a minute, let's have a look at this. It looks like one of his feet, the peg hole isn't completely in. I wonder if that's probably just production error. Just, there we go. Ah, you see that? Spot made himself a hole. Riddler probably needs the display stand, as unfortunately he is extremely lanky. As you can see by the beginning of the review when he fell over there. A little bit of paint on the top there. For the most part, he's pretty good. The face on him, it looks like Frank Gorshin somewhat. You know, coincidentally enough, it kind of looks like an amalgamation between Frank Gorshin's Riddler and John Aston's Riddler, who of course was in Addams Family as Gomez, but even if you painted a mustache on him, for the time being, you could always even make an Aston, a John Aston Riddler instead. It seems like it's just slightly off, and I don't know what it is, but it's not quite the Riddler, but it's pretty good, though. It is pretty good. I like the coloring of his costume. It's a nice, vibrant lime green. It's extremely green in color. And then he's got his... it kind of looks like a cummerbund, but I guess it's his belt. In purple, his gloves are purple. And then he's got his little Riddler slippers down below in green. At the side of his costume are all the little question marks. He's got them around the cuff of his sleeve, on the front and back of his costume as well. I'm not quite sure the intention of Mattel for this line, but I'd love to see a jacketed version of the Frank Gorshin Riddler with his hat. Perhaps we'll get this. And again, you know, as Spot indicated, the body is as a whole. I think John Astin's Riddler was a little heftier, but you could still really get away with using this body and just slightly tweak this head to give us a John Astin Riddler as well. By a scale comparison, there's the Riddler, bringing in the Penguin that we've already looked at, and bringing in the Joker. I like that all three of them are very, very different from one another in size. Penguin, of course, being the shortest, Joker, I guess, being about the same height as Riddler, but Riddler certainly is a lot thinner in shape. I think I like Joker a little bit more than Riddler. Riddler I like, but I think Joker I prefer a little bit more. But of the three, I think Penguin is the best, at least in my opinion. I think sculpt-wise, likeness-wise, I think it looks the most like the actor. Moving those off camera. Spot's done a review of those, so if you want to see the whole review, you can click those, check them out. In the way of his articulation, the Riddler's head is on a ball joint, moves up and down, left and right. Shoulders on a pin and socket, they rotate up, forward, back, out, rotation at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotation in the hand. He has an upper torso crunch, he has a rotation in the waist, then his legs go forward, back, out. He has a rotation swivel in the thigh, or mid-thigh, bend at the knee, hinged foot. He is close-fisted as well, so unfortunately he doesn't have the means to give him accessories, although if they had given him open hands, would have liked to have seen a Riddler cane, something that they could have included with the figure. I'm hoping future releases of these figures will give us accessories too, but for the time being, I think he turned out pretty good indeed. I'm going to get him on his display stand, set the pose. Really disappointed though again about the back card. It's like they really didn't realize, you know what, I turned it the wrong way. It's like they really didn't realize that, hey, wait a minute, this card isn't going to sit the right way. It's like the card was designed differently or before the stand, and the two teams just weren't talking at the same time saying, hey, what's your card look like? Oh, it's this way? Oh, that's odd because we've made the stands to only house cards this way. That's about the only thing I'm really disappointed with this line as a whole. I think the figures definitely have promise, and I'm hoping this is going to be the start of a future series where we're going to get new characters. We may not get necessarily a John Astin Riddler, but certainly the sky's the limit for other unknown Batman villains that probably none of us, or most of us who haven't grown up with the series, would remember. You know, Louis the Lilac, False Face, I'm trying to think of even, Bookworm. Love to get myself a Bookworm. But certainly, it's the sky's the limit. I'm really hoping that Mattel's going to continue this line. Today's Toy Spot, we're having a look at the Mattel Batman Classic TV series, Riddler. Not really a bad figure. I think my favorite still is the Penguin. You guys can let me know your thoughts down below if you've been picking up this line, what your overall thoughts of it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time.